Secretary of State Blinken made a big, considered by the press, a big faux pas at the Munich Security Conference. In one of the sessions, talked about how in international relations, if you're not at the table, then you'll be on the menu. Now, this is really quite typical of hegemonistic, imperialistic, or colonial mentality, that the dominant force is entitled to eat away at those who've been subject to their domination. If you believed in equality among nations, if you believed in respect of sovereign countries, you wouldn't say things like this. This is really reflecting how the US views the world. Me and my buddies, we sit at the table and divide the spoils. And the spoils are what's on the menu. And what's on the menu are you guys that we don't invite to the table. Now, in China's case, of course, they even go one step further. Not only do we don't invite you to the table, we want to suppress you from any participation in anything that is international. We want to block you from technology. We want to block you from free trade. We want to block you from capital flows. So I think it's actually quite amazing that he would actually come out with a statement like this, which is extremely indicative of the mentality of the West, in this case in particular of the United States. The United States is also threatening people by a statement such as this. You better join us. You don't join us, you're on the menu. You'll be eaten alive like others who have been, who've been exploited, plundered, and invaded. So I think even though this was a faux pas considered by many, but it's also a reflection of the genuine belief of US mentality of wanting to dominate the world. Dominate the world to do what? To continue exploitation, to continue plunder, to continue to eat away at the wealth of other countries, to continue to exploit the resources of other countries, to continue to see other countries, especially countries of the developing South, as a feast for them. Whereas for China, the position was very clear. At the same conference, the Chinese Foreign Minister said, we go for win-win. We go for win-win solutions for everybody. Speaking of win-win, this is quite interesting. I was brought up in the States, and I noticed in sports in the United States, there's a winner, there's a loser. Even if the score is tied, you go into overtime, double overtime, to determine the winner and the loser. They don't believe in actually that a situation can have win-win results. There has to be a winner and there has to be a loser, and America has to be the winner. So I think this mentality in sports is indicative also of mentality in terms of international affairs. There's no way they would accept win-win. This is why I use the expression of mutual benefit rather than win-win, because zero-sum game in the American mentality is absolute. And there has to be a winner, there has to be a loser. We ain't gonna be the loser, we will be the winner. With that, how can you have collaboration on a global basis? How can you have respect and honor of your partners or others in the international sphere? It's really unfortunate that this zero-sum game mentality of winner and loser is so deeply entrenched in the American psyche that it's affecting their relations with people all around the world.